Tua under pressure, throwing, touchdown, Tyreek Hill.
Side with no help. You give him inside position with no help, you just can't cover him. Just a nice job by Tua to see the match.
If you enjoy my work, leave a like, comment, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support makes all the difference. In a move that is shaking the NFL structure to its deepest foundations, exclusive sources confirm that the Miami Dolphins and Green Bay Packers are just hours away from finalizing the most impactful trade of the last decade. Superstar wide receiver Tyreek Hill, known as Cheetah, is about to swap Miami's heat for Green Bay's ice in a deal that has left all analysts in a state of shock. What nobody is telling you is that this negotiation began after a series of heated discussions between Hill and the Dolphins front office. According to internal sources who spoke on condition of anonymity, the relationship between the player and head coach Mike McDaniel has deteriorated drastically in recent weeks. The tension in the locker room was unbearable, revealed a Dolphins assistant coach. Tyreek felt he wasn't being used correctly in the offensive scheme, and discussions with McDaniel were becoming increasingly intense after the last season. The trade being finalized would send Tyreek Hill and the 2024 pick in the 21-25 draft to the Packers. In return, the Dolphins would receive two-time Pro Bowl cornerback Jaire Alexander, wide receiver Romeo Doubs, and the 98 draft pick. But what nobody is telling you is that this trade also involves secret financial compensations that won't be officially disclosed by the NFL. The Dolphins have agreed to absorb part of Hill's contract to make the deal viable, confirmed a high-ranking NFL executive. Green Bay simply wouldn't have been able to fit Hill's full salary under the salary cap without this financial help. When he learned of the imminent trade, Hill reportedly reacted explosively. Our exclusive contacts report that the wide receiver initially refused to accept the deal and even threatened to retire if he was sent to Green Bay. Tyreek was furious to learn he would be traded. He built a life in Miami, invested in local businesses, and didn't want to go to a small market like Green Bay, revealed a person close to the player. However, after a long conversation with his agent Drew Rosenhaus and an irrefusable financial proposal from the Packers to renegotiate his contract, Hill reportedly changed his mind in the last 24 hours. The Packers are sparing no effort to ensure their new wide receiver feels welcome. Internal team sources reveal that the franchise is already preparing an unprecedented welcome package, including a fully furnished mansion in one of Green Bay's most exclusive neighborhoods, a personalized training program developed specifically for his skills, access to a private jet for travel during the season, participation in offensive decisions, alongside quarterback Jordan Love. The Packers know they need to do everything to help Hill adapt to the cold climate and smaller city, stated a board member. Jordan Love has already called Tyreek more than 10 times since learning about the possibility of the trade. He is extremely excited. On the Dolphins' side, the arrival of Jaire Alexander promises to create one of the most fearsome secondaries in the NFL. The duo formed by Alexander and Jalen Ramsey would potentially be the best cornerback pairing in the league, completely transforming Miami's defense. It's like putting Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan on the same defensive team, commented an ESPN analyst. Ramsey and Alexander are elite cornerbacks who can cover any receiver in the league in man-to-man coverage. This will allow the defensive coordinator to be extremely aggressive with blitzes. What few know is that Alexander had been showing dissatisfaction with the Packers front office for months. The cornerback felt he didn't receive enough support during his injuries and had reportedly quietly requested a trade. Romeo Doubs is much more than just an extra piece in this negotiation. Sources close to the 25-year-old wide receiver guarantee that he has been underutilized in Green Bay and that his potential is much greater than the numbers suggest. Doubs has elite hands and is one of the best route runners in the league, stated a wide receivers coach who worked with him. In Green Bay, he was stuck in a system that distributed the ball to many different receivers. In Miami, with less competition for targets, he can easily produce a 1,000-yard season. Doubs himself was reportedly ecstatic when he learned about the possibility of playing for the Dolphins. "I'll finally be able to show who I really am," he allegedly told people close to him. A surprising detail that helped cement this trade was the discovery that Tyreek Hill is an obsessive fan of Tina Turner. The Packers discovered this during negotiations and added an unusual element to the deal. Green Bay owns a collection of rare Tina Turner items that belong to a former team executive, revealed a source. They promised Hill that these items, including a dress worn by the singer in the 80s and an autographed guitar, would be his if he accepted the trade. This bombshell revelation shows the extent to which the Packers were willing to go to get an elite receiver for Jordan Love. When the first rumors of this mega trade began to circulate, social media went into total collapse. Dolphins fans flooded Twitter with furious messages, threatening to cancel their season tickets and abandon the team. "If you trade Tyreek, you can forget my family as fans after 30 years of supporting this team," wrote an outraged fan. Meanwhile, Packers fans are in a state of absolute ecstasy. The prospect of seeing Hill connecting with Jordan Love created a wave of season ticket renewals, and Green Bay stores are already preparing shirts with Hill's number. Jordan Love plus Tyreek Hill. Oh, Super Bowl was the message that went viral among Packers fans. Betting houses reacted instantly to rumors of this trade. The Packers' odds to win the Super Bowl drastically dropped from 20-1 to 12-1 in just a few hours. This is one of the most significant movements we've ever seen in terms of impact on betting, commented a Las Vegas operator. Money is coming in at impressive volumes for the Packers, especially in bets on total season wins, and for them to win the NFC North. Interestingly, the Dolphins' odds to win the Super Bowl didn't drop significantly, moving only from 14-1 to 16-1. This suggests that professional bettors believe Miami might actually improve with this trade. In an unexpected twist in this saga, former Packers quarterback and current New York Jets player Aaron Rodgers contacted Green Bay's front office to validate Hill's acquisition. Rodgers personally called the Packers GM to say that Hill is the type of player he always wanted during his time in Green Bay, revealed a source close to the quarterback. It was a surreal moment, considering the complicated relationship between Rodgers and the Packers front office. This surprising communication indicates a possible reconciliation between Rodgers and his former team, which would be another earthquake in the NFL. With the 26th position rise in the draft, from pick number 224 to number 198, the Dolphins are already planning additional moves. Internal sources reveal that Miami intends to use this pick as part of a package to rise even higher in the draft and select an elite wide receiver from the 2025 class. They have their eyes on at least 3 receivers they consider potential replacements for Hill in terms of speed, stated an NFL scout. With this better pick, they have more ammunition to negotiate a significant rise in the draft order. This multifaceted strategy shows that the Dolphins aren't just making an isolated trade, but implementing a master plan that could completely redefine the team's DNA for the coming years. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa reacted in a surprising way to the news of his main target's possible departure. Contrary to what many would expect, Tua reportedly expressed enthusiasm about the changes. Tua believes the offense will become more balanced and less predictable without relying so much on Hill, revealed a teammate. He's also excited about the idea of having an elite defense that can give more opportunities to the offense. This shocking reaction suggests that there were unrevealed tensions between the quarterback and the wide receiver, something that never came to public light. Analysts are already making bold predictions about how Hill will perform with the Packers. The combination of his speed with Jordan Love's strong arm is generating astronomical expectations. I wouldn't be surprised if Hill established a new receiving yards record in his first season with the Packers, predicted a former NFL offensive coordinator. Green Bay will build the entire offensive scheme around him, and with defenses having to respect other targets like Christian Watson and Jaden Reed, Hill will have many favorable matchups. Computer simulations are already projecting monstrous numbers for Hill, more than 1,800 yards and 15 touchdowns in his first season in the cold of Wisconsin. According to our exclusive sources, the deal is 95% finalized, with only a few contractual details being adjusted. The official announcement should happen in the next 48 hours, creating an earthquake in the NFL during this traditionally calm period of the offseason. The documents are already being prepared. Physical exams are scheduled. It's a matter of time until this becomes official. guaranteed an NFL executive. This mega trade promises to redefine the balance of power in the league and will be remembered as one of the most impactful deals in the recent history of the NFL. What seemed impossible just a few weeks ago is about to become reality. Tyreek Hill, wearing green and gold at the legendary Lambeau Field. Editor's note: we will keep this article updated with the latest developments of this historic trade. Stay tuned for more exclusive information in the coming days.